It's October and this is the Library Roadshow. On the show today, authors, festivals, and technology. Welcome to the October edition of the Library Roadshow. I'm Mary Stein, and this is a production of your East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. We are well into fall programming, and October is chock full of events and performances. We kick off the month with the 10th Annual Maker Faire on Saturday, October 7th at the main library. Chainsaw artist Bert Fleming of Would-Be Creations headlines this day-long event. Demonstrations and opportunities for interactive making make this a great day for the whole family. Bring your special items to Attic Treasures and Collectibles on October 21st to get an idea of what they might be. Keeping in an heirloom mood, gardeners are looking at butterfly gardens and sharing tips for propagation and care of hydrangeas and camellias. Since it's October, you can bet there are thrilling and chilling movies all over the parish. The staff at the main library have thrown in a little extra with some horror fitness from Hive Class to get you warmed up before the film. Halloween Bingo is back at the Creek, and we'll show the Addams Family outside in the plaza at the main library. Musically inclined, the Baton Rouge Symphony will celebrate Bachtoberfest. The Civic Orchestra of Baton Rouge offers up Tchaikovsky at the River Center branch. Dulcimer classes are on schedule for Bluebonnet, and Bloomfest offers a casual and relaxed alternative to trick-or-treating in the plaza at the main library. Authors abound. Our virtual series of author talks features some real heavy hitters: Rick Steves, Ruth Ware, and John Irving. Locally, the schedule includes Right Time with Boo Milton, Ronnie Anderson of Anne Baran, Margot Weston, author of Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X, The Fatal Friendship, and we'll host a publishing workshop when two successful entrepreneurial authors share how to unleash your authorpreneur. If learning about history and social justice is your thing, Joan Garner will speak about Garner versus Louisiana at Scotlandville, and the Dialogue on Race series will take place at several libraries this fall. Interested in technology? Want to know if machines with artificial intelligence are really going to take over the world? Or is AI simply a great tool to use in all aspects of work and daily life? Join us when Henry Hayes shares The Rise of AI, how everyone can benefit. All this and more. Details are in this month's edition of The Source, available in print and online, plus registration information in the online calendar, available at ebrpl.com.
Free access to books, audio, and library resources are just a few of the benefits available to you when you get a library card. Need free access to a computer? You get that. Want free access to premium digital resources like Mango Languages and lynda.com? You get that. Need to book a meeting space? You get that. Heck, you can even check out a telescope or use a digital printer with your library card. If you live in East Baton Rouge Parish, pick up your free library card from your local branch library today. Premium access to everything the library system has to offer is waiting for you.
We're constantly bombarded with ads for streaming media. You can hardly change the channel at home without hearing about some new service that will happily take your money to provide curated content such as movies, TV shows, and even interactive games. Well, the library offers streaming media too. We particularly look for something to help parents with a commercial-free experience for the kiddos. Access Video on Demand meets that need for you. Let's find out more in the digital download.
The Access Video on Demand Just for Kids streaming collection gives children and their parents a thoroughly kid-safe, advertisement-free media platform that they can freely explore and enjoy. It's aimed at early literacy and up through to elementary age children, and it's great for after-school or homeschooling. Just for Kids has the educational videos children want to watch. Sesame Street, The Electric Company, Dr. Seuss, Reading Rainbow, Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, and thousands more, plus songs, games, quizzes, and other interactives that are sure to entertain, educate, and inspire. Subjects include reading, writing, language, math, and sciences. There is also a section specifically for homework help based around Common Core educational standards. The site is user-friendly, vibrant, and engaging. It looks great whether on a phone, tablet, or a computer. New content is added all the time. You'll find Access Video on Demand just for kids in the digital library at ebrpl.com.
I love having all these fabulous shows in one convenient spot without the ads. The interactives really enrich the platform, and since it's all device neutral, it really is convenient for families at home and on the go too. You can bet that I will steer my youngest grandbaby in this direction next time I'm babysitting. Let's shift gears now and go beyond the stacks.
Picture books can be so much more than a cute story and some funny pictures. Here at the Main Library's annual Author Illustrator event, we'll see how picture books can explore the hard truths and beautiful moments of history in a way that inspires and excites the next generation. Let's check it out.
My name is Jeffrey Boston Weatherford. I am an award-winning children's book author with Simon & Schuster. Today we are in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and we're going to be doing some fun professional development with all of the people that are here. Presenting today will be myself, Jeffrey Boston Weatherford, and Carol Boston Weatherford, my mother. They call us the dynamic duo.
All right, so I want to start with an excerpt from a book that's set in Louisiana.
I am Carol Boston Weatherford, and I am the speaker for the Author Illustrator program today. We're going to be sharing some excerpts from our books. We're going to share information about our backgrounds, how we came to be an author and an illustrator, how we collaborate as mother and son, and we're going to give them perhaps even a sneak peek of some upcoming works.
They danced as if they had no cares, half day, half free, in Congo Square. This piece of earth was a world apart. Congo Square was freedom's heart.
My mom, she currently has over 70 books. I have 3 books with her, and the most recent one that we've been touring all around the United States with is called Kin, Rooted in Hope, and it's about our family history all the way back to 1770.
So I shared this, one, to educate you if you didn't previously know about Congo Square, but just to drive home the point that we need diverse books. We need diverse books because children have a right to know the history right in their backyards.
The program yesterday there were actually 2 programs yesterday. One was for school children. It was a virtual presentation that went out to over 20 different schools or classrooms. And last night's program was a public program, which was attended by families and also by educators. And today we are going to be doing a professional development with teachers and librarians.
A diverse book, meaning a book about people of color, about people with disabilities, any group that was previously excluded from the canon. Marginalized voices, right.
To find more amazing children's programs like these, check out our monthly Source newsletter or go to ebrpl.com.
For the past 46 years, we've considered the annual Author Illustrator program to be one of the library's premier events. Whether they attend the public program for families or participate in the special workshop for teachers, librarians, and those who care about children's literature, each year we're all freshly invigorated and inspired by what our presenters have shared. We're already planning next year's program. Stay right there. After the break, State Librarian Meg Plackey joins me for a chat right here on the Library Roadshow.
The East Baton Rouge Parish Library believes that preparing children to enter kindergarten is good for us all. That's why we created Press Start, an early learning initiative that provides a free activity booklet every month that explores early literacy skills through play and interaction at home. Get a library card. Sign up for Press Start at ebrpl.com/kids.
You're watching the October edition of the Library Roadshow, everything you need to know about your local library system. Now, one of the state's best festivals takes place in downtown Baton Rouge at the end of October. I'm talking about the Louisiana Book Festival. This world-class literary festival is a real gift to the community from the State Library of Louisiana. And Meg Plackey, our state librarian, is here to share the details. Okay, Meg. Hard to believe, but you guys have been doing this for 19 years.
Yes.
And it's grown from a pretty good festival to a truly great festival.
Well, you said one of the best. It is the best.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you for that correction. What's on tap for 2023?
Well, again, we have our festival. It's going to be Saturday, October 28th, 9 to 4.
Okay.
We have tons of activities for readers, and we have authors and publishers, exhibitors. There's children's activities. There's teen activities. There's, yes, cooking and food, of course.
Cookbooks are books, y'all.
Yes.
It's true.
Cooking and food are definitely on tap. We have Toya Bodie, who I know she has been on Food Network and featured on Good Morning America. And then I think there's Jason Smith and just plenty of others.
And the authors are there at their tables, perhaps, but they're also in workshops and seminars. So tell me about that.
We have tons. We have over 200 authors coming. So there are tons of panels anywhere. We're very excited. We have several panels on like Grit Lit, poetry. We have our very brand new poet laureate, Allison Pellegrin, coming, and she's going to be we're going to have kind of a handoff from our last poet laureate, Mona Lisa Saloy, with Allison, and we have the National Student Poets coming again.
I'm excited about that.
Very excited about that.
And that is inspirational to our young students in the area. And I know that y'all are working with schools and teachers to kind of recruit among that cohort of creative young people.
Oh, I know. We love the poetry and those National Student Poets. They'll be there and they'll have their chapbooks, and
I love
it'll be wonderful.
And in the past, we've made our own books. The library, of course, is there, but the festival is free. That's something that it blows their mind. All this for free. But in addition to meeting and hearing all these authors, there will be lots of opportunity to browse and shop.
Yes, so we do have Cavalier Books will be there again and they will have all of the books to set up for sale. Local bookseller, and they'll be there, and we'll have tables and author signings so you can get their books and talk to the authors.
Now it takes over, it seems like all of downtown, but you are at the State Library on 4th Street.
Yes.
You're across the street in the State Museum. You're in the new State Capitol.
Yes.
You're on the grounds of the State Capitol, and you're in the middle of the street.
Yes.
So you kind of park in the surrounding area and then work your way in. Yes. Now, this is a great weekend. It also happens to be the week of the Halloween parade. So what are you inviting people to do?
You can bring your children on down, and then the Halloween parade is kind of toward the end, and y'all can all work your way down to the other end for costumes. Yes.
Well, I mean, it's possible the library staff will be in their book costumes again. Cuddles the Bear, Book Wings, you name it.
And we'll have character opportunities and photo opportunities with our book characters as well.
That's right. And you look up and there's a giant thing. It's wonderful. And they are all gentle with the little kids. So now so much work goes on behind the scenes. Who's putting all this together?
Well, of course, State Library staff, but we couldn't do it without hundreds of volunteers. So there are many, many opportunities to volunteer. We please ask you, go to our website, louisianabookfestival.org, and you can sign up and become a volunteer, and you'll get a swanky t-shirt.
After the break, Jeremy White, plus book reviews from one of our younger library patrons. All that and more coming up next on the Library Roadshow.
The East Baton Rouge Parish Library believes that supporting the education of students is good for us all. That's why we provide access to live, in-person online tutoring through Homework Louisiana, make available free test preparation tools through Learning Express, plus reference tools for all ages. Get a library card. Get free education at ebrpl.com/homeworkhelp.
Welcome back to the October edition of the Library Roadshow. Does the red shtick mean anything to you? Longtime locals will remember it as the go-to venue for Baton Rouge stand-up comedy. My next guest, Jeremy White, founded that particular entertainment endeavor and has since turned his talents to writing. Jeremy has authored a book entitled The Little Girl at the Bottom of the Picture, A Journey of Selfless Discovery, and joins me now by phone to discuss this project. Jeremy, how did you get your start as an author?
My writing career actually began 20 years ago as a stand-up comedian. A few months after my wife and I began producing comedy shows in 2003 in downtown Baton Rouge, we launched the award-winning Red Shtick magazine. A decade later, South Louisiana's premier satirical publication gave way to its online progeny, The Red Shtick, which we recently retired. I consider my 2 decades as a satirist to be OJT, on-the-job training, for writing The Little Girl after this unicorn of a story pretty much fell into my lap.
What's The Little Girl at the Bottom of the Picture about?
The Little Girl is about my wife, Edie, altruistically submitting her DNA to Ancestry in early 2018 and the beautifully insane transformational journey that ensued. Literally overnight, the baby of her adoptive family becomes the eldest sibling in a new, amazing family fathered by a pacifist cited in 2 books for challenging David Duke at LSU with a bloody knife. During our pre-COVID travels to Seattle, Austin, Chicago, and California wine country, Edie ultimately solves the last of 3 mysteries presented to her. What happened to the little girl at the bottom of the picture? It's a question that plagued an enthusiastic horde of gangster-adjacent Ukrainian Americans for more than 65 years.
So what was the inspiration that drew you to write this book?
The number of people who told us that we needed to write a book about what was happening in our lives became a running joke from the very beginning of our surreal adventure. I knew I had my hands on a good story when I started curating all the source material, which took over a month to do. Once I dove into the ocean of emails, text messages, Facebook messages, Ancestry messages, many of which I wasn't privy to in real time during our journey, I began to realize the totality of the story was much, much bigger than what I experienced merely as a character in it.
What advice would you give to aspiring authors?
Step 1, marry an extremely patient, award-winning copy editor. Holy matrimony to someone with the patience of an angel who copy edits the world, notwithstanding, I would say be patient with your work and with yourself. Surround yourself with people you trust to give you honest, constructive criticism as peer reviewers. We all have blind spots, especially if your story is intensely personal and insufficient time has passed for gaining proper perspective of something that you're interested in adding to the human narrative.
How can our viewers learn more about you and your work?
Everything about me and the little girl is available at littlegirlbook.com, including a chance to subscribe to our newsletter. Folks also can find the little girl on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Little Girl Book. If people are interested in whatever I feel like posting on social media from time to time, I am at Comic Ref, like a referee who tells jokes.
Thanks, Jeremy. Our genealogy librarians are always eager to hear more, so Jeremy will join us at the main library on Wednesday, October 18th, as part of a special collections lecture series. It's now time in the show to check in with one of our younger patrons and find out what they've been reading at the library.
Hi, I'm Kimate. I'm 7 years old, and this is my favorite book. Wherever Robbie shared, everybody's hands went up, and the kids all shouted, "Pick me, pick me." He's not going to call on anyone who's yelling out, said Mr. Russell. He's only looking for quiet people. My mom's bring me to the library. When I come to the library, my favorite thing to do is do my homework, do my assignment for my teachers, and then probably sort of read my book.
Thanks, Kimonti. It's great to see even the youngest in our community making good use of the library system. Stay right there. You're watching the October edition of the Library Roadshow.
The East Baton Rouge Parish Library believes that making things is good for us all. That's why we have maker spaces at 4 locations and a 3D printing service at the main library. The maker spaces have a variety of tools and equipment to enable both creative and practical projects. This includes 3D printers, sewing machines, audio-visual gear, and much more. Get a library card. Get free access to makerspaces at ebrpl.com/makerspaces.
You're watching the October edition of the Library Roadshow, a production of your East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. Louisiana's only certified professional organizer, Alyssa Trosclair, has made a positive impact in our community by sharing her series, Get Organized. Every time I sit in on a session, I walk away with a new tip to try that will absolutely help me get a handle on my life. Check it out.
Our disorganized home and work environments can often overwhelm us to the point of pushing it back, doing it later. We're here at the main library at Goodwood to learn how to overcome that urge to procrastinate for the better. Let's check it out.
I am a certified professional organizer with eMend, and I work with clients in their homes or in their offices, and they present to me their disorganizational issues, and I try to discover their habits or things that are causing the disorganization and come up with solutions for them by following a 5-step eMend process that I have. Today we'll be discussing overcoming procrastination. So procrastination is one of the main drivers of disorganization and clutter. So we're going to be addressing what that looks like in someone's home, some of the reasons that may be behind the procrastination, and then strategies to help them overcome it. I love putting structure into place. I love when we put the pieces of somebody's life puzzle together to where it clicks and it makes sense, and we can create a system in their household that everyone can maintain. So procrastination is, simply put, a delayed decision. So the opposite of procrastination is starting. So if you have started, you're not procrastinating. And if you have started, you have not delayed that decision that is causing that procrastination. Today's presentation is one of a series of presentations that I'll be doing at the library. In a couple of weeks, we'll be discussing how and why to create a home inventory. It's just in time for Emergency Preparedness Month. So just like we should be getting all of our hurricane supplies ready, we should be preparing a home inventory as well in case of an event of a fire or flood or some disaster that may destroy the contents of our home. Oh, libraries play a lot of roles in getting organized. Number one, there are great books on the topic that you can get here. There are great ebooks as well that you can download. There are great presentations that you can attend on how to get organized as well. You can learn more about eMend and myself at my website. It's www.myemend, that's MYEMEND.com, or you can also follow me on social media.
Discover more library programs like this in the events calendar at ebrpl.com.
We're already planning more seminars like this one for the spring. But in the meantime, don't wait to get organized. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Futures Fund, another great local community partner, has joined the library to help you break into tech through a special series at the library. Let's take a look.
Technology is a vital part of our everyday lives. We're here at the main library at Goodwood to learn how you can integrate that into your own career.
I'm Helena Williams. I'm with the WALLS Project. Today we are at the main library on Goodwood to educate people on digital literacy. So we are hosting a class on how to become a developer without a degree, as well as how to build a mock website. I work for the nonprofit, the WALLS Project, but I also help host the Futures Fund, which is a program of the WALS Project, where we really invest in teaching digital literacy skills and creative digital skills to people who are interested and haven't had a chance to try it yet. Today, we are hosting first How to Become a Developer Without a Degree. This is a workshop that is intended to help people understand the pathways that you can take to become a developer. There are a lot of opportunities that we'll go over that will help you see how easy it is to become a developer. And when we say web developer, it's someone who is able to design and code websites. But those skills are transferable to a lot of other organizations. And I mean, I know a lot of people are interested in learning these skills so that they can really express themselves online. The East Baton Rouge Parish Library System has been so amazing at giving us this opportunity to bring these courses here. We want to be able to present these courses free of charge, and so by using the library system, we're able to take great advantage to bring these resources out to people and not have to charge any type of entrance fee. And the facilities here are amazing. All the AV is amazing, and just having like a whole tech lab so that we can play live with what we're teaching is really great. Tech has a lot of opportunity, and even in Louisiana, there's a huge tech industry that is needing more and more people for these jobs. So they're having typically to hire out and import people from other states to work these positions. So we're trying to cultivate the residents who already live here so that they can start to work at places like IBM and a couple other tech industries that we have. Also with remote work since COVID, there's a lot of other companies all around the US who are needing people who have the skills and really don't care where you live. And so this creates a lot of opportunity for people. And even in just regular industries, as tech advances, being that person on the forefront really helps you with job security as well as advancement in your place.
Learn more about technology in the digital library at ebrpl.com.
Thanks, Helena. We're having great engagement with this technology training series. There are several more topics planned for October, and it's a nice complement to all of the free classes that you can access on demand with your library card. And now for today's contest. Visit the library's Facebook page at facebook.com/ebrpl. Let's dive right into procrastination. I invite you to stop what you're doing now and organize either one drawer or a bookshelf, and then post your before and after shots. You can do it. That's facebook.com/ebrpl, and while you're there, enjoy. We're not your grandfather's library anymore. What's coming up on the Library Roadshow in November? Game Day and GIS Day.
Join us on the show next month as I take you to another amazing program at a library near you.
Tune into the show next month and I'll share another free resource from inside the digital library at ebrpl.com.
Join us next month and I'll take you to another library program near you.
Thanks so much for joining us on the Library Roadshow, and remember, your East Baton Rouge Parish Library is open 7 days a week at each and every one of 14 branches, plus 24/7 on the web. Check us out at ebrpl.com.